I'm Jason Klom, and this is Comedy on Vinyl. Ladies and gentlemen, my guests this week are Bill Frenzer and Bill Carey of the Ogden Edsl Wahalia Blues Ensemble Mondo Bizzario Band. I had to write it down because who's going to remember that? I'm sure you guys do, but holy goodness. We've already started off with a bang. You described it as an art project a second ago. Is that accurate? What is it?
Absolutely. Because it's a varied and textualized approach to entertainment, using not only music and comedy, but satire and tunes and video and radio and live performances.
Blood tests.
And we did everything. We've done everything.
And okay. So you're not going to get a straight.
Musk has asked us to be the first comedians in outer space, but we said our blood pressure couldn't take it. So
I was really disappointed about that too.
I bet. Yeah,
because I know Elon. You know, he's made a lot of money for me. You know.
Sure.
Good guy.
Hasn't made a dime for me, so I could care less. But
that's
anyway,
fair. I get it.
Let's see what spatial comedy we can do in the future. I'm going to have myself transferred to video and digital so that I can continue my career long after I'm dead.
And teleport you right across the universe.
Yeah, exactly right. Right.
That's
where
beautiful.
Yeah, spread it out over the eons.
I rarely have to do this. Sometimes I'll have people on who are just musicians who don't do comedy music, who want to talk about the comedy they like, but I don't bother to ask them about their musical influences because A, I don't normally care, and B, I'm musically very ignorant. This time I do have to ask what your musical influences are because of the quality of the music. Meaning it's very good. So I have been curious what your influences are, what your training is.
I grew up with a mother who played classical piano, and I got involved with guitar like most kids did around 1960. So yeah, and my biggest influence, I suppose, was the British Invasion guys, Jimmy Page, Keith Richards. That was what I really was, looking at. I loved that.
I was the youngest of an older family, and there was all kinds of great sheet music, and for all periods of time in the 20th century of the music of America. And somebody had collected all these crazy comedy records on 78. I've got a 78 Victrola.
Okay.
And we used to listen to this stuff, and then we go down to Jim Corbett's house and listen to Tom
What
Lear.
were some of those?
And Yes, We Have No Bananas.
Sure.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips, the original.
The original, yeah.
Yeah, and just a whole plethora of great songs, and ragtime and jazz and rhythm and blues and there was just and country, great stuff. Anyway, that was part of it. And then my friend Corbett's dad was an English professor, a very famous English professor, and he had us listen to Tom Lear records and fart records, and that was great. So. When we put our first record out, we always suggested that people dance to the comedy and laugh at the music. So it was a combination of all. But we wanted to do the best we could for all different styles of music, and we tried. But a lot of blues and jazz. And I was a Catholic in Catholic grade school. We used to sing Gregorian chants up in the choir loft. So I learned a lot of square.
You sang a Gregorian chant?
I did. Well,
wow.
I learned to sight read Gregorian chant, my friend, when I was 8.
Did you those little squares?
Yeah, those little squares. That's why I'm so square. That's what I was referring to. That's a dead language. I like to scat sing in a dead language.
There's a devil materializing.
Okay. Yeah, so those were, but that's an interesting question. But we like to vary. Short attention spans allow us to vary our musical tastes.
Hey, it's getting better every day for me. Shorter and shorter.
Yeah, that's right.
What were we talking about?
Oh, I'm so relieved because I finally forgot what I couldn't remember. And that's so far so good.
I have to say, because I'm not surprised about the influence of the 78s. I mean, there is obviously of an era. The two of you are of a generation where those 78s would have been sitting around. But when I spoke to Neil Innes a few years ago before he passed away, very similar set of influences. And there are a couple songs of yours that kind of reminded me of the Bonzo Dog Band a little bit.
What? Yeah, let's hear what they were.
Hold up. Let me pull it up because it's off the first record. It was the one that was the most sort of just intentionally old-timey sounding. And if it wasn't intentional, great. Who cares? Let me pull it up. Oh, wait, no. I have it open. Okay, I had your Discogs page open. Here we are. I think it was a Crocodile song.
He's fast. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was Beatle influenced.
Sure.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, there's no question about the fact that many of our nonsense lyrics
thank you, because I've always been real proud of the Crocodile song. I did the music for it. Bill did the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
We did both.
No, I did the fuck music, all right? Oh, I mean, I didn't mean that. I love you, Bill.
When I came to you and said, this is what I like to do, I had a little baby crocodile.
Yeah, you did come up with that.
Yeah, so there's a sharing there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're not doing very well on now.
Oh,
but
we are doing just fine.
We haven't killed each other yet.
You got to get more Teflon on your ego, Billy.
Well, we like to direct all of our negativity to Barnes and Barnes because they can take it.
They got hard idea and ran with it.
It's all their fault. And that Weird Al guy, man, yeah.
Tell me about when you gave him a ride home, Bill.
Well, because I gave him a ride home several times from the Dr. Demento show because he didn't have a car. So we give him a ride home, you know? What are you going to do? Poor guy was on the street.
So were we. But we had a car. Place to sleep and everything.
Yeah, it was great.
I also would like to know, and I want to dig more into the stuff I'm asking you about, but I'm trying to get to the surface level of stuff. A little bit more about your sketch comedy influences, because my first thought was like, oh, this feels a little like Fire Sign until I did the basic math and realized you guys are the same age as the Fire Sign guys, roughly.
Dog for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But you guys released, I mean, you guys started out only a few years after Fire Sign, so my math was wrong in my head. So I would love to know, I mean, I assume early radio, or late radio, early TV influences, that kind of stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got, my friend Steve Davies just called. I have to call him back. We could talk to him, but he worked with us before too. Mm-hmm. But all that early TV stuff was big for me. I mean, Jonathan Winters, of course, was one of the great influences. Ernie Kovacs.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Allen.
Joe Pine. Remember him?
No.
You don't want to remember him.
Yeah.
He was a fascist.
He was an awful fascist guy, but we used to make fun of him. And, yeah, all of that stuff. And Laurel and Hardy, I mean, all of that was just infused in my brain.
Mm-hmm. Warner Brothers cartoons.
Of course.
We grew up with all that stuff on the TV. So,
what's the impetus of the group then? I can't understand how you guys got together and then that album comes out of anything.
Band that got out of Metastasis.
I hate fraternities. I was never in a fraternity. That's the biggest pile of shit that I've ever heard in my life. I told him I wouldn't join the fraternity. At first I wanted to, and then I didn't want to after I became woke at the age of 18.
You are a giant trigger.
I was a giant trigger. Roy Rogers' horse. Yeah, I'm a giant trigger, except I don't eat carrots. All right, so anyway,
TV.
The origins of the band, we were going to school together, Otis 12, Diver Dan Toomey, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Creighton University, and we were taking communications courses, liberal arts and that sort of thing, as well as film and video. And we were doing strange videos long before, we had a chance to realize what we were doing. But we were doing great stuff, and there is some proof of that. We still put it on our website and stuff. But the impetus was, we had sort of a jug band that we were doing in between other things, and we were all into comedy. I was into comedy when I was a little kid, even in grade school. So kept doing that, and then I met these two guys, and we put this thing together, and there's a couple other people, and we started doing it. And instead of going to law school, I went into comedy because He wanted to hear about it, Bill. Never mind. I was in the CIA, and I did this comedy thing as a cover for my CA operations.
That's right. Okay. I was busy killing people.
Yeah, and so we had to have something to fall back on, and comedy was it. So we fell way, way back. But no, we started doing it there, and then we decided we'd do a jug band, and then this group from Minneapolis, Tom Sharoman and Pat Proft, who later became very successful, and we were their pals, and they were an adjunct of Second City. Then they came to Omaha, where we were living, and did the Sweetness and Light Theater, and we got involved with them. And they said, well, you guys do music too. Why don't you do music in between the improv shows you're doing? So we learned improv. We were doing sketches before we even met them, because that's what we did as kids. It was just natural. And then, so we were doing like 3 comedy shows, three sketch shows, and 2 music shows a night for a couple of years. It was really great. Then they moved on. We all ended up out in Los Angeles doing stuff there. Consequently, we were doing television stuff and recording stuff. And Bill Carey, my old pal from high school,
I brought some musical expertise to the whole thing.
Boy, he sure did. Yes, he did. And then and Richie Thiemann, who was our other partner, and we all got together, Otis 12 and Diver Dan and Richie and Bill, and we came together with this combination of comedy and music, because that was starting to happen. And we were doing radio shows at night on the local radio station. And we did a radio show similar to Chicago radio had a what was it called? What's the name of the thing? Anyway, we did a 2-minute radio serial called The Adventures of the Ogden Edsl Wahalia Blues Ensemble, Mondo, Bizzario band. We started to play gigs, and we got a band together with some pretty good musicians, and then we just kept doing it. And then a friend of ours gave us the money to do our first stuffed record, Wade Wright, who owned an arcades, a couple of arcades in Omaha. So, well, I really like you guys. He's got a great record store in San Francisco now, Jack's Records, on the corner of Scott and Page and the Haight, and it's one of the greatest places. Anybody who ever wants a record,
if you like old records,
they're all there. They've been there untouched for 40 years. He took it over from an old jazz guy. It's really a cool place. Anyway, that's a plug for him. But we were able to do the stuffed record, which was a combination of Firesign Theater type stuff and weird Bonzo Dog Doo-Dah band type stuff. And there we were, and we kept doing it, and we got some airplay on various and sundry things off of that record.
Does that original serial exist anywhere?
It sure does.
Yeah.
We got 65 2-minute episodes. We're figuring out a way to put it out. We'll probably put it on some sort of podcast. So.
Oh, okay, good.
Absolutely. Yeah, oh yeah. All 65 episodes. So.
I want to say you're lucky, but because I when I talk to people about this stuff, half the time that shit is lost. But it sounds like not lucky. You just had forethought and you just kept all that stuff.
I've spent thousands of dollars holding on to stuff, and now I can't find it, but it's there somewhere.
All the storage locker people are saying, "Thank God he lives."
I mean, I get it. I've seen what the Firesign archives used to look like, and I know what 50+ years worth of comedy shit can look like. It's a lot.
They were a big influence for sure. They were. That was a wonderful record. Don't crush that dwarf.
Could have gone by so fast. Oh my God! Time flies when you're still alive. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I had wondered if Firesign had any influence, even though they only really started like a couple years before. I
can tell you that what drew me to your band was you were doing money. I went to wasn't money, that's for damn sure. but you guys were trying to write a follow-on to your radio series, and you were doing something about a giant conch shell that lands in the middle of it's an alien invasion type thing. It was real funny, but
we never finished it. It's still
what was it? It was My Face is Covered with Hummingbirds. That's what it was.
That's it.
It was something about My Face is Covered with Hummingbirds.
And it was a very interesting saga of the end of the world. If these people crossed the Rio Grande singing the song, then the world would end. And it was.
I remember, louder please, My Face is Covered with Hummingbirds. That was
and it's undone. It's unfinished, but it's still there. in the pile of stuff that we can't find, but it's okay.
Oh no.
No, it's all there.
I have a friend who's going to hear this, and he's gonna think, oh no, Jason's going to recommend me as their archivist so that I can help them dig through their shit. And he's not wrong. I think I might have to put him in contact with you, if you've got that kind of a pile of stuff sitting there. I mean,
we got all kinds of things.
You ever seen those pictures of people in India picking through giant dumps?
Oh sure, yeah.
That's probably what we are going to initiate here, but it'll just be you and me.
Yeah, covered with rags and going through and eating the tape. But we have a lot of cassette tapes from all the gigs we did over the years, and we used to do a lot of improv songs where we'd make stuff up. So there's a pile of that. Most of it is okay. Some of it's brilliant, and a lot of it's really shitty. But the fact is, that's what improv songs are all about.
That's all improv. Period.
Sifting
and we just discovered. Wade, our friend in San Francisco, was going through a box and recently found,
he's found
some really great stuff. We were actually pretty good for a while. There's some really great music and some good repartee, and it was really, it was cool. Anyway,
I've got some in Dropbox if you want to play them.
I want to hear whatever you want to send me. I will say that.
Yeah, and then he'll certainly edit that stuff out. He says there's censors all over. He may be a government agent. We don't know.
That stuff with we had a band that played the Whiskey Go-Go. With a drummer, and we had we opened Oingo Boingo. We did a show with them,
and X. We did a couple shows with them, and then we headlined there for a while at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Headline?
Yes, we played several gigs there as the headliner. Our friend Sam Diego. God, you are so completely fucked up. We did that we at least had a half a dozen shows that we headlined.
The Whiskey A Go Go?
Yes. And the audience stole my harmonicas, and I got out there like I'm talking. He said, "You asshole kids! Those cost $25 a piece, and I want them back right now." And you know what? They all came back.
Oh, this must be why they're treating me for PTSD.
Yeah.
Every day. That's it. I completely wiped it from my memory, Bill.
Parent transfer sudden deflation. PTSD.
Sure.
I know that's what it is.
That's you can't live in your mom's house anymore.
That's right. Well, it happened for a while. Anyway, we did a lot of shows there, and that was great. And we were on K-San, San Francisco.
That's right. I do remember that.
We were on K-Rock for a year and a half doing stuff weird with Daryl Wayne, the insane Daryl Wayne. And we did the morning Mondo, the midnight Mondo, whenever he was on, we would do these bits. And it got a pretty good following there for a while. So yes, we did headline.
I'll take your word for it. Just like meeting Lily Tomlin that one time.
Yeah, just don't get into that. I thought we were all there, but he said, "No, we weren't all there. You were there, Bill." But because I'm so loyal to my pals, I produced a memory in my brain.
Yeah, in your brain,
that we were all there because I love you so much. I didn't want you to be out of it. Sure. Gee whiz. Bitter Brothers, but we did a thing called the Bitter Brothers for a while for obvious reasons.
It's way funnier than being happy, believe me.
Okay. That's the problem. We're probably too happy and content to have had any real success.
I don't think you can be a good comedian if you're
driven to be. Oh, yes, you have to be all screwed up to be a good
I think
comedian.
that's
Everybody
true.
knows that.
If you're too happy, you can't be a good comedian. Name me a happy comedian.
I know. Well,
name one.
Happy Johnson, remember him?
Yeah.
He was that guy that we found in Detroit, covered in grease.
Yeah.
Remember that? He was in the sewer. He was a pretty funny guy, though. He had some great lines.
Yeah. I remember him. So we're off on different tracks, Jason. Okay, I think.
It is.
We've already done.
You know, I would like to know a little bit, because I've asked people about this before. There are two cities that I'm interested in that are not traditionally considered to be comedy cities, but I've noticed that there's a small contingency in Iowa City or in Iowa generally, and in Omaha.
Would that be the Duck's Breath Mystery Theater?
Duck's Breath is the first thought. There are a few other people there.
We've been great friends and associates for many decades.
I was wondering.
Slipknot, they like us.
Do they?
You ever heard of a band called Slipknot?
Yes, of course.
You're kidding.
They know who we are.
Wow.
Do the research, Bill.
Those guys have a very good sense of humor. I know that. I do know that. They're weird, but they do have a very good sense of humor. Because
one of the guys in Slipknot somewhere said he liked Ogden Edsl.
I love it. I love that so much.
Oh, yeah, but there's a lot of people say that there's a vortex of humor and satire in the Midwest because the sky is. This is my theory.
Despair. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Despair.
It makes people funny.
It's an open end. The sky is big.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mountains or skyscrapers that get in the way, so you have to fill that sky with your imagination, and that's what we do. Fill the sky.
I love hearing stuff like this out of the guys who made a song called Dead Puppies and about a pedophile clown. I love hearing this very hopeful, beautiful stuff. Because you know what? There's something to that. I'm from rural upstate New York. And
really?
I will tell you that's one of the reasons you get into comedy is because there was shit all to do or see.
That's right. Exactly right.
Rochester, any chance?
No, closer to Cooperstown.
Yeah. Okay.
So
really?
like lower upstate. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Remote, filled with hillbillies and meth.
Yeah, Finger Lakes or whatever the hell those are.
Well, you know what hillbillies and ham sandwiches have in common? They're both inbred. Inbred. That would be the.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Uh-huh.
How about
I love it.
Okay.
Haikus, Bill. Come on.
This is like trying to wrangle Phil Proctor of Firesign. That guy won't stop making jokes unless you nail him down, and I feel like I have to do that with you. But I'm also really enjoying this. So
a Christ figure, and he doesn't want anything to do with that, I'm sure. So there's no question about that.
I'm sorry, Jason. You've been asking great questions, though.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll take it.
We ignore them, of course.
This is really good. This is the best thing we've done in a long time. I mean.
So
I will say, but Nebraska very specifically has had. It's got you guys, the Higgins brothers.
There's a spirit here that defies that, and it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of comedians that have grown up out of here. Johnny Carson, of course,
mm-hmm.
and Fred Astaire. He was a great comedian. He's from Omaha. And
you ever heard of Fred Agaze?
I have not.
He's pretty good.
Really?
He's from Omaha, but he's not a dancer.
Stan Freberg started and did many things here in Omaha.
That's weird.
Butternut coffee can. He did the butternut coffee commercials that started there,
mm-hmm.
and it was really great. I guess whenever I can't remember what decade is, I say about 15 years ago, but this is about 25 years ago.
Freberg?
Yes, Stan Freberg. He was one of my. I really was impressed with him. We did some commercials and comedy stuff, and I was going off to do a rehearsal with my friend Mick Collins, who had me in a play,
mm-hmm.
and we stopped on a Sunday morning at this drugstore on Santa Monica Boulevard and in Westwood, and
mm-hmm.
there was only two people in the store at the time: Stan Freberg and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And they were screaming at each other. They're having a horrible argument in the aisle. I recognized him right away. I said, Mick, I have to go do this. And I went up. I said, Mr. Freberg, I just in the middle of their argument, I just walked in, and I said, Mr. Freberg, and his wife was just fuming, and he loved it because he didn't want to talk to his wife anymore. And he was holding some money in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Mr. Freberg, I just want to tell you that you inspired me to be a comedian with your work in Omaha, with all the great songs that you did about Nebraska there, and it was really great. And I've followed your career all along the way, and I was just wondering, would you loan me $20? And I thought, he started laughing. I made him laugh, and he hugged me. And his wife got madder and madder. It was a great moment, and I guess she had to be there.
No, that's good.
It was a great time.
I was hoping that's where that was going. I was hoping you were going to ask him for his money.
That's one of my greatest moments of comedy improv with Stan Freberg. You didn't even know he was in it until he was in it, and then we had a great time talking afterwards.
Oh, that's beautiful. Honestly, mm-hmm. That's very good.
It's all a lie, but it sounds like.
Did you make it up? Okay.
From the very beginning. No, actually, that's one of the few things that actually happened. Yeah. In my memory, you were there too, Bill. You were just like before with Lily Tomlin. You were there.
I was not.
Mm-hmm. I would like to know a little bit about the production of your records, because there's usually one weird story behind the production, or there's usually some insane shit you have to go through just to get something made.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So our friends, the reason we ended up in Los Angeles, we were in San Francisco, but we had a great friend who did the radio serial with us, with the producer of our radio serial, and Kelly Katera. And our guy who I grew up with in grade school and high school and college, Michael Brownstein. And Kelly had said, "You don't think Michael Brownstein would like to come out to the record plant and work?" And I said, "I know he would," because we were out there anyway. Kelly lured us out there. We had a cavalcade of we had 8 or 9 people in the band and a couple of old cars filled with equipment and stuff.
It was pathetic. It was like As I Lay Dying. It was William Faulkner.
It was a really great time. It was really fascinating. But we got out there.
A cup of coffee.
Go ahead. He's really got to pee, but you can't say that because he's anyway. But the point is that we were out there and we had a chance to record that at the record plant, and we had been playing these songs for a long time and doing these bits.
Yeah.
So we were pretty well prepared. The neat thing about doing this in the hinterlands for years is you got pretty good at it. You know, it was like the cat skills, but it was the cat kills. Anyway, we had that in all over the Midwest and the West, and then we came out and he said we got the record plant main studio for 12 hours at night. And there's video of this performance.
Oh, wow.
So we recorded most of the album in 12 hours at the record plant. And it was one of the greatest. It was just so great because we had costumes on and we were screaming and it was great. A lot of that's on the record and stuff.
Do you mind if I add one thing to that?
You can add more than that if you want to.
Crocodile Song.
Just a second, I gotta pee. And then I gotta
No. Go ahead, Bill. Tell him about it. We're getting divorced. Damn it. Crocodile Song and Lackadaisical Cincinnati and Little Fairies and Lube, no, not Lube. Yeah, Lube Job. They were all recorded in Omaha.
Okay.
And then Kelly, the work that we did with Kelly at Sound Recorders, that was stuff like The World Is Gone, the Russian Roulette giveaway bit. We recorded a lot of stuff in Los Angeles, and it wound up on Stuffed too. So, but the stuff done in Omaha was more production level, 16 track in those days.
So didn't we combine those recording sessions? I mean, didn't we do?
Yes, it's a combination of what we did in Omaha.
Yeah, we did the Dead Puppies in a radio station in the Council Bluffs, and then we put the pipe organ on that Bill played so masterfully at studio out in Glendale. So I mean, it was a combination of events. Yeah. But that 12-hour session at the record plant was something else.
That's crazy. How did the now? What about the first recording session that you were just talking about? Was that an out of pocket situation?
No, we were doing radio things late at night. On radio, and so we just Dead Puppies. This was one of the things we did.
Played Dead Puppies, and it was such a good performance. We thought
we figured, and then we
tried to use it.
Then Kelly Katera said, "Put." Or did you say put an organ on it?
I said, we gotta look at this pipe organ here, guys. This is a studio. Let's use it.
If
and
it's
there you go. And,
yeah. Wow.
And so anyway, we owe that a lot to Kelly Katera, and Michael Brownstein then went on to have great fame and all kinds of recording for all kinds of folks. He was a great recording artist.
He did the Eagles and Zappa and a lot of people. And
Barry Manilow, everything from Zappa to Barry Manilow. Yeah.
The Band-Aid guy.
Yeah.
He lives with his mom, I think. Barry Manilow.
He does. But she's a nice lady, even though she's probably dead.
Oh, stop.
Don't ever live with your mother after she's dead. That's all. That's my suggestion. Here are the dogs. Hey, dogs, come here.
Tell it to the guy in Psycho. You know?
Come here. This is Harry. He's a dog. Come on up, Harry. Say hi. Come on up. Come here. Come here. Come here.
We've got a dog that's joining the call. Oh, shit.
He's knocking down the... that's great. Oh, well, Harry's down here. He's a good dog.
Come here, Harry. Come on, buddy. Oh, there.
I'd like to know, because, I can only compare your stories to the other ones I've heard, right? And I've heard similar stuff from, we had Jim Turner on from Duck's Breath, definitely.
Yeah, well, he's a really good friend
talk
of
about
ours.
The history of them.
He's a great guy.
And Phil Proctor I have interviewed a dozen times probably, but the thing is, his story is so very different in that it's all like Columbia did this. They gave us just a shitload of money to make a perfect comedy record,
Wow,
and
look what they got.
Right. And it's a different situation when you've recorded in 2 different places. You're putting stuff together. You're on the road and all this stuff in a different way. What? First of all, why were you making a record? Was the concept this is a career maker, or this is just something we want to have?
No, we wanted to get into show business, and that's what you did. I mean, you want to do that.
Many people want to know, just like I want to know, who's responsible. See, we got some influences from Firesign, but yeah, we wanted to do some comedy.
Irresponsible.
But was that something you could? Because this is something I only realized a few weeks ago. I've never asked anybody. I've always presumed what a comedy album meant at that time for a career. But was it like a calling card? This is a thing that you could show to somebody.
Yeah, because we were doing both comedy and music.
Yeah, we thought
that was pretty cool, and that was pretty outrageous. But it turned out that had been done many times before. But the fact is that we were doing it.
Well, we knew it had Spike Jones.
Yeah, I know, and that's where those are all reference points from which to glean our particular creative approach, which metastasized into so many strange things. So we were able, because we really wanted to do everything. We wanted to do radio, and we wanted to do TV, and we wanted to do records, and we did. And, with limited success, but the fact is we got to do anything we damn well pleased for a long, long time and still do.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the friggin' dream as far as I'm concerned. I respect that.
And it was cool because the Duck's Breath, because they were the Iowa contingent of the weird stuff in the Midwest, and we were the Nebraska, and we became pretty good friends. And
they gave us a place to stay in San Francisco.
That's right. When they were out touring, we stayed in San Francisco and had a wonderful time there, and then we ended up living there for a while. And our friend Wade eventually got out there and bought this record store, and
it wasn't a particularly good town for comedy.
We played all over North Beach for months, and we didn't make that much money, but we had a great time doing it. It was cool. And then we played on the street for a little bit.
We played the Mabuhay Gardens.
Oh, yeah.
The punk rock club
for a year.
Wow.
We opened up for punk rock guys, and one time, I got to tell this story.
Yeah, go ahead.
We were doing this pretty crazy stuff, opening up for them. And there was a couple of hecklers there. I mean, after all that time, and we were pretty sharp guys, really, in a way, before the stroke. But anyway, we were there and we were doing these shows, and they were heckling us, and there weren't that many people in the room that night. So, but we said, "Oh, okay, you want to heckle us? Let's just stop our performance, and we'll turn the tables on you." So we took chairs and sat down and heckled the audience for me. Look at that guy over there. God, he looks like he's been stoned for 10 years. He can't even walk straight. And you know what? We never got heckled there again. And
we're hired.
And they had new respect for us, and they said, yeah, you do not want to mess with those guys.
No.
So, there were guys cutting themselves and jumping off, literally jumping off.
We went on like at 8 o'clock or something to just kind of open the house.
Yeah.
And
it was great fun.
We did it for a while.
We did. It was good.
And saw a lot of good bands.
And met a lot of interesting characters.
Were you, you were young enough that did this feel like, oh my God, I'm trying to figure out how I frame this exactly, but I can't quite figure out what the comedy scene in San Francisco was at that time, because everybody I've interviewed, again, of this sort of group who's around at the time has talked about, we had our moment in San Francisco. Yeah. Again, what did it mean to you? What did it mean to your career? Was it an opportunity to try new shit out?
Yeah, always did that. Sure. That's what we always did, and that was what was great. And that was an open city then at that time.
Well, Pearl Harbor and the Destroyers. Have you heard of them?
No, I am very musically ignorant. I should point that out.
Yeah,
okay. But they were a band performing in kind of like what we were doing. In a way. And they were really funny.
They were great.
A couple of really good ladies singing.
Women, they were great.
The damn dog just took out.
Carey took out the whole thing. Carey, we're back. We're here.
It was
just like you got hit by a torpedo with a tail, man. It was just a big black dog, and it knocked us all for a loop. But now we're back. Anyway,
did you do sketch stuff on stage, or was it strictly?
Yeah,
we didn't know you could do that.
We did improv and sketch. We had improv stuff. We had sketch stuff that we set, but it always changed. And then we had songs, and then we did improv songs too.
Yeah,
this is all documented. And
rough.
There's some really good stuff.
Yeah.
No, it was fun. It was cool.
No, I bet. The pressure, whenever I think of the pressure of I do improv, but the idea of doing an improv song makes me ill. I couldn't do it.
Well, it was pretty hard to do. One of the things we changed we started out with a full band, which was impossible. Too many people.
We had over 200 people in the band, all kinds of
not at once, but but when we were just doing, backing up the comedy with a single guitar, or maybe two guitars, that's what we were doing in San Francisco.
And we could make up songs anytime. Even now, we could do it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to, but we could.
I mean, I'll take it.
Isn't that what we've been doing?
Yeah.
You want to hear a song?
I mean, yes.
You have to give us a title for a song.
I have to give you a full title.
Well, it doesn't have to be. I don't know. Is that what you're going to do? You're not going to. Don't use that. That sentence is not.
Well, if I'm going to give you a title, the first thing that pops into my head, because I can see the painting behind your head, is Gauguin's Melanoma, and I don't know why, but that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Okay. Gauguin's Melanoma.
Mm-hmm. I think it's because you talked about metastasizing earlier, and that's what's in my head.
True.
So it's your fault.
He was a great painter who died of melanoma.
Didn't he know that other painter?
I'm trying to give a little context.
Didn't he cut off his friend cut off his ear? Isn't that right, Bill?
No, that's not right. He didn't know Van Gogh.
He didn't know? Are you sure?
I don't think he did.
I think he did.
Okay, the name of the song is...
That Gauguin's Melanoma.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh, I can still smell the aroma of Paul Gauguin's Melanoma as he struggled with his last breath of air. Thanks to my time machine that was really pretty mean, I was fortunate enough to be there. He fell on his back, and then he lost track of the paintings he had painted all his life. And the fact Gauguin, and he didn't have a wife, but that was okay with him. They called him Jim. I don't know why.
They called him Jim.
He was a guy.
Jim Gauguin.
Jim Gauguin.
I think he sold insurance.
He did on the side. He made so much money. He got to be funny and lived a life of ease in France.
Are you waiting for me to put a coda on it?
Then they took him to the cemetery where he spent eternity. Somebody buried him somewhere else.
That's your coda.
But you go long enough and something makes sense.
Here's the thing. I've seen actual bad improv music, and I just feel like the thing is it falls apart. Nobody commits to it. You stick through something when somebody has thrown it to you, and you get a gem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just stick with it to the end.
Well, sometimes you do.
Sometimes. I'm being generous to improvisers because I'm an improviser myself, but I think I was lucky to get that, is all I'm saying. I feel like I was lucky to get a good piece.
Fine. Thank you very much.
I think, this guy is quite the improviser.
Well, here's the thing, though, too. The thing, here's the thing that maybe gets me, well, maybe not the most, because the quality of the music is always good. Your voice is so very sincere and beautiful that it's
I'm blessed with a pretty good singing voice.
Oh, no, that's
from from doing that choir stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That had nothing to do with it.
It did, too. I learned how to sing that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you learn how to touch yourself, too?
I taught myself everything I know about that.
I guess we're lucky you're the one who learned that in choir.
Oh yeah, I'm the only person that learned that.
Boy,
I didn't learn it in choir with the boys.
Okay, good.
If you might inquire.
Sure. As long as you learned it on your own, I'm happy for you. That's very good.
Well, he's got a gorgeous voice. You really do.
You, Bill, you've got a wonderful voice as well. I love it. God damn it! Don't bring it up again. Let's do the Tasty Toasty Free song, Bill. We did a great duet on that. No, we don't know what that is. So anyway.
I'll go get the pipe organ for that one. It might take a while.
You know what? Sorry, you've just made me think of something. Where do we get the idea of what old man voice is? Because where does that come from?
I'll tell you exactly where it comes from.
Tell me, please.
Gabby Hayes.
You know what? That's a very good point.
I think it might. Yeah. At that and Johnny Carson, used to do Marty Pickett.
Yeah, that's true. And Walter Brennan, you know.
You
put limp on it, it's Walter Brennan.
Speaking of Marty Frickert, though, you know who really was Marty Frickert was Jonathan Winters, and that's my favorite comedy.
Yeah, he was the best.
The Wacky World of Jonathan Winters.
The best.
The Wacky World of Jonathan Winters.
Where did you first hear that record? Was that something that was in the house?
My dad bought it in about 1958.
Great stuff.
And I just didn't stop listening to it for about, forever.
Are you of the age where you would have seen him on Steve Allen?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. And he actually saw, I don't know if he saw the band perform, but he saw me perform at the Comedy Store. We did. Jonathan Winters saw us perform as well.
Wow.
Which was really cool. And afterwards he said, "You are crazy," which is absolutely the best compliment.
That's the perfect compliment
ever. There's nothing better than that. There couldn't be.
I think I've memorized parts of that album of his.
Yeah. Well, he was a big influence for sure.
Well, sports fans, we're here at the football game today, and it looks like we got a beautiful day for football out here. Well, there's a little cloud over there and another little cloud. In fact, it's snowing here today. But yes, there he is, Coach Red Fescue. He's taking the field, and there they are making their letters down there on the field. Time for the kickoff. And it just, God, he was good.
Yeah,
he did it all.
He was the best.
The sheer speed and commitment that he couldn't help but have, because again he was compelled to by some force that none of us will ever understand.
Well, chemical imbalance was part of it. There's no question.
Absolutely.
And he would. And I remember his wife was saying, and he was thrilling after the show. He was in the lobby with about 100 comedians just sitting there going, "Wow!" And his wife was like, "We've got to go, Jonathan." And she was trying to tug him away, and he refused to go, but eventually did. But yeah.
So somebody asked him, "Did you like being on the Muppets, Mr. Winters?" And he said, "Oh, yes. I love tearing Kermit's little legs off."
Okay, so your Jonathan Winters is what about your favorite then? What did you have a comedy album you grew up loving?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan Winters. Yeah, I mean, don't
you have other comedians you like, Bill?
I liked all of them, but I didn't collect records, so I can't tell you a specific record that I had. So honestly, I had all these old from '78s with cigarettes and women and cigarettes and a whiskey and wild women. They're the three things I like the best. Something like that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then,
it's great with the Cowboys.
But I like the let's see Nichols and May were cool, and the John Kennedy record, the what's
First Family.
First Family.
That was
incredible.
That was people don't realize how popular
that was. Immensely big.
It was the best-selling record of all time at the time. 7.5 million records.
So I'll put that as one of my favorites.
That's perfectly. That's a great choice. That's a great freaking choice. I own 20 copies of that record for some reason.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
Yeah,
but I don't know. But the movies were more important to me, and the musical styles were great. But I'm trying to think of some of the records that I listened to that were back. Oh gosh, there were parodies of records that.
Remember the little yellow ones, Bill? Remember those little yellow ones?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They had little yellow records. I remember we had Kate Smith.
Frankie Lane had Wild Goose, and then somebody did the Ballad of the Wild Duck, which I have a copy of. Which is really a funny record. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I think when Billy West came on the show, he said his favorite record growing up was this little Three Stooges yellow record, and that was something he was like destroyed as a child because he listened to too much.
Right. Ours was Kate, and I mean, this is when I was like 3. But it was Kate Smith singing "God Bless America." That's how deprived. I was deprived, Bill.
That's a great comedy record. Everybody loved it.
It's funny now.
There's an essence of truth there that really frightens me. That was one of the inspirations.
Well, was it Ethel Merman? I don't know. Somebody.
Hi, I'm Ethel Merman, and so are you, and you, and you, and you, and you. That goes way back, way back before us.
I've never bothered to ask this
Digging
question,
in the
but
rag and bone shop of
the follow rag and yes. Okay.
No, sorry.
So we got Yates in here.
Yeah, of course we had to.
You were going to ask.
No, it's not that big of a deal because I feel like I've discussed it in sideways manners with other folks. But like post-war America gives your generation of comics this place to bloom from that is jingoistic. It is inherently and sometimes in a subdued way incredibly racist and homophobic and all this stuff. So you've got a lot of avenues to explore for satire. Let's make fun of this whole idea of what this country is supposed to be.
We did it, and we love doing it and still try to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the recent president gave us more time to do that.
Boy, oh boy, did he ever.
It was unbelievably sad.
But I think people, if being old and having lived through a lot of it, it was Vietnam that really brought that out.
Sure.
No question.
Sure.
Because prior to Vietnam, you didn't, it was hard to say anything.
We made a lot of
fun.
Too young we made a lot of fun of Vietnam and really did. That was a
after it came along.
Vietnam and drugs and people that
I hate drug jokes. Don't ever do them again.
Well, when they were
I just like doing drugs. I don't like doing drug jokes.
I get that.
Yeah.
Same.
I like doing sex. I don't like doing sex with drugs. Is it the same?
Well, when was the last time you had some?
What, the drugs or the sex?
Oh, never mind. Let's just talk about something else.
Fine, it's a good idea.
You guys mentioned oh shit, sorry, what's his name? We were just talking about it right before we started. The gentleman in Airplane. Steve
Stucker.
Thank you. Yeah. So he was one of the many people in your band.
He was a good partner for a long, long time.
Yeah. What did he play?
He plays phenomenal piano.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we have a great version which my friend is Wade Wright, who owns Jack's Records in San Francisco, said that he had copied a copy of Stucker's fantastic version, the quick version of Wizard of Oz. I mean, he does this 5-minute song of Wizard of Oz, and we could probably send that to you sometime. But it's really one of the more remarkable things you'll ever hear. He used to do it all the time. He was a brilliant keyboardist and player.
He was really insane.
And he was the greatest improv piano player. And we worked with some great ones. But this guy was
he did have the best.
Because you would be talking about something, and then he would have a perfect song that would come up, instantaneously behind him. So behind us. So.
Well, at least he's another Iowan that I can add to that list of
he's
Iowa
from
people.
Iowa. I think
apparently he was born there, from what I'm seeing. But
he
grew up in Shaker Heights. There's a billion funny and actory people from Shaker Heights. So I guess that's
something
another
in the water.
One. Yep.
There's natural lithium in the water in Omaha, and we thought maybe that had something to do with it.
It could be.
Could be. Anyway.
Okay, sorry. I would love to know. Son of a gun. Were there any outtakes from either of your, I'm thinking of the vinyl, but any of your records, stuff that got cut that you wished had made it in or that you're happy
didn't?
Yes,
as a matter of fact.
I've got ours.
Okay, there was one of the stupidest mistakes we ever made was not putting Thank God I'm a Rich Kid on the original record.
Okay.
Because that was a great parody. We can sing it right now if you want to.
Well, I won't turn it down.
or you can put it on. There's plenty of versions on.
I'll tell you the best version of it I ever heard. I only heard a week ago.
Yeah, and that was
from Wade, and I got it on Dropbox.
All right, well then send it to him. Maybe you can use that instead.
And I met Bill Frenzer here.
He's gonna blame it on me. Watch, just watch.
And he got me addicted to heroin.
It's all my fault. I've broken up marriages.
I
I've
have to
created
play in
bastard
this fucking
children.
band.
Heroin addicts.
I want out. I want out.
It's all my fault. I take full credit.
When they threw me out of Harvard, Daddy bought me into Yale, and I spent the first semester just skiing up in Vail. I was busted 4 times, but I never saw jail. Thank God I'm a rich kid. Got a chauffeur-driven Jag and my own private plane. I'm a brushing my teeth with Peruvian cocaine. Like to get a job, but it goes against my grain. Thank God I'm a rich kid. I don't give a damn if the union gets mad when I lay around the factory working for my dad. Still the toughest job I think I ever had. Thank God I'm a rich kid. Oh well, Daddy's up in Vegas trying to float alone. Mama's with a gigolo shacking up in Rome. I'm a throwing parties at the Palm Springs home. Thank God I'm a rich kid. In the summer, Congo in the fall, big game hunting with a doctor on call. Back by Christmas for the debutante ball. Thank God I'm a rich kid. I got the steaks on my griddle and a yacht on the lake. Cousin in the Senate and a judge on the take. When they run out of bread, Mama let 'em eat cake.
I haven't cut in a thing in years, but I'm happy to do it because
Really?
Why would I not do that?
Well, you going to do it right now, Bill?
I mean,
I was gonna
also,
try.
you've also got me in a good mood because this is my either last or second to last
What's the
recording
deal
for this
with that? I
show.
was going to ask you about that. What's the deal? You just got tired of doing it, or
After
what?
almost 11 years of not making money,
Wow,
really?
really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's
And
fun.
you tried to get us on before, yeah, but...
Oh, yeah,
what
but
else-
it fell
can we
apart
ask
because
you
of
a
me.
question? What else you doing?
I mean, that's just it, is that...
You don't want to talk about it.
No, I do, because, like, I do a bunch of other podcasts, but don't make any money doing them, but I also kind of want to...
What are you doing podcast-wise? Like respiratory therapy podcast? Or?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely that. But the big one is called Dan and Jay's Comedy Hour. My buddy and I have been doing comedy together since we were kids, so that's 30 years now.
There you go, see?
And I want to do something.
You want to keep doing that, don't you?
I want to. I
You're hooked on
need
it.
to. And
You're kind of addicted to it, aren't you?
oh yeah.
Also, I want to talk about Richie Thiemann, our partner.
Yes,
who's
please.
Primary songwriter and co-writer with us with just about every.
He wrote
great
Dead
song.
He and Bill wrote Dead Puppies.
Uh-huh.
And Kinko the Clown for that. matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they were our good friends. Kinko, of course, had to go away, but
Why?
because he was politically incorrect, Bill. Even before that was a bad thing. It was a bad thing for
He
him.
said, "I'll be back to play with you
Sometime in 20 years. really. Yeah. Well, he went off to work with the clown chorus in Europe. I think he's never come back. Is what
The
happened.
clown chorus.
We've got some tapes. Some of the comedy bits were Kinko's.
I think you meant the clowned heads of Europe.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Bill.
Tell me about other people in the band that I should know
Well,
about.
Richie was great. I mean, he's still our pal, and we still try and do stuff together. And it's really, really wonderful to be able to hang out with him sometimes and try stuff. And we found a whole bunch of old stuff that we're going to probably maybe put out. Bill and I have a whole series of short attention span songs, just snippets of songs that never went anywhere. We'd like to put that out maybe sometime.
Love it.
And that's a great idea. So we're still trying to do stuff.
And what you would hear on this recording I just sent you, Richie would be playing bass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing guitar and vocal. Bill's speaking and playing harmonica, and Bob Gainey is playing drums.
Yeah,
I just thought I'd
right.
say that.
So
The names come out.
we'll send you that. You're going to send that to him now? Is that what
It's
you're doing?
done.
Yeah, I just saw it come through. It just showed up on my
Oh,
computer.
cool.
So
There it is. You can
I'm
do
excited
with
to
it
give
as
that
you
a
will.
listen.
Whatever. And what was that we sent him?
It was Thank God I'm a Rich Kid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, great.
I called it John Aspen because
John Aspen,
you call
Colorado.
him John Aspen for the title. So, but it's Thank God I'm a Rich Kid. So.
Okay, good. That works. That covers that. We don't have to play it right now. That's good.
How extensive is the back catalog? Because I would say, for what it sounds like, the amount of stuff you guys have, you have very few records, and that's only just to point out a fact. It would be cool to see more.
We didn't get around to doing it that much because we kept breaking out and putting it back together. And
I left the band. I went to earn a living.
And then I went and did stuff with Stucker and Budge Threlkeld and this group that we got involved with in L.A. Trying to do TV shows and stuff. And and then I was still trying to do comedy and all kinds of stuff over the years, but had to make a living.
No, Bill hung in there. You hung in the underbelly of Hollywood.
I didn't exactly hang, but I was there. Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. No, I just stayed. Yeah, but I mean, that's what we did, and that's what I always did.
You did shows with Keith.
Oh yeah, Keith Johnson, who just passed away. He's a wonderful musician, a great friend. We worked about 20 years together.
And Oleo Records.
Oleo Records. That's got our stuff on it.
Okay.
And he was great. He played with everybody. The Paul Butterfield Blues Band. He's a trumpet player. And Etta James. He did all the charts for them. And what's his name from England?
Eric Clapton?
No, not the other guy.
I don't know.
Okay.
There's so many of them.
Van Morrison. I think his name was Van Morrison.
Van Morrison. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he played on their bands. He did all the
Northern
charts.
Ireland, actually.
He was. That's right. That made him better, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I guess it was.
I like anyway. The two English guys you picked are both massive anti-vaxxers too, which I think
right. I know that. Well, yeah, I didn't say his politics were great. I just said
right.
His,
good musician.
His songs were great, but and
get vaccinated, kids. By the way.
Thank you.
He played with them all the time, and and we recorded together. And he was a wonderful, wonderful friend. I learned so much from him, and he was just a great man. He had to pass away a while back there, a couple months ago. Really sad, but he was a great guy, just a wonderful man. Anyway, that happens. But Keith was wonderful, and Stucker was really strange.
Well, you played a lot of shows in Hollywood.
And Budge Threlkeld was my comedy partner. And Budge played and opened for the Ogden Edsl many times that Bill doesn't remember, like when we headlined at the Whiskey, but that's neither here nor there. But the fact is that, yes, we played, that was what was so great, is we played with such great musicians over the years. And, it was just really fun. And, had a lot of good times, sometimes, and sometimes bad. But we lived on the edge of reality.
No, reality is sometimes good and sometimes bad.
Oh, I thought it was our lives. You see,
nah.
I am so self.
It's the substrate of your existence.
As I like to say, I'm so self-absorbed, I don't need paper towels. So there. So that's another bad joke that we can enter into.
No, it's good.
Well,
so a few minutes ago, you proved to us that you can still do comedy together and without thinking about it. But is that something you guys still regularly do together?
Yes.
And do you do it just with the two of you in a room?
Pretty much. We haven't been performing that much at all.
I think if you're asking, do we perform? No. I
mean, once in a year. I'm trying to get back because we were just about to start performing when this little thing called COVID showed up.
Yeah.
And we had a couple gigs lined up in a couple places that were going to give us ongoing gigs.
That did throw us off.
Because I honestly don't like stand-up comedy that much. I like improv and doing, and you can't do improv in a comedy room. I tried. And actually, I do want to go back to performing live now that I can.
I think you and I could do improv.
We could. But
we got to be willing to present unhappy with happy.
We got to be willing to be drunk, is what we have to do. Well, right, Bill. No, I don't believe in that either. But the fact is,
all kinds of different comic strategies.
Yes.
But it'd be great if people would just start going out again.
Yeah. So yes, but we've been doing a lot of. Occasionally we do stuff, and I was doing a bunch of shows actually with Jim Turner and Keith Johnson in L.A. for quite a while, called the Hipster Replacements. And it was old guys. It was really wonderful.
That was a good show.
Yeah, and the great
the Mighty Echoes.
The Mighty Echoes produced that, and we did shows with them for a long time. It was really great fun. So I'd like to get back to doing some of that. So.
Well, here's the thing. I could ask you, I could sit and talk to you for a very long time, but I want to make sure that we tell people where they can find the two of you, information about the band. Do you have a Bandcamp page? Because if not, that's a real good place to put all that shit you've been talking about.
We should probably have a Bandcamp. We've been talking about that, but we haven't done it. You can find our work on YouTube under Ogden Edsl, Bill Frenzer Vision, all one word. There's a web page there. You can get our records on Oleo Records, and just you can find that at oleo.com, iTunes, and I guess it's on Spotify. It's on Spotify. There's some on there now.
Is the M on there now?
Some on, but more to come. And those are great places to find us.
That's perfect.
And you can obviously tune and buy the records if you want to, or buy the cuts. They're not records anymore, Bill. They don't have those anymore.
No, they don't have records anymore.
But there's a lot of stuff on YouTube right now. Just put it in Ogden Edsl.
But when the electricity goes out, that's it, man. It's gone.
Well, it'll be in our minds.
So I'm kind of glad it's
we
on
can
vinyl.
become traveling troubadours.
That's half the reason I want to have my own vinyl record, by the way, is, if shit goes to shit.
That's right.
I want this one thing.
It's an amazing artifact to have on your...
It's great to have vinyl. Really we've got those little cassettes that we used to do, and then we've got them CDs. We got a bunch of CDs, and we've got a few DVDs. Actually, you can get DVD copies of our video stuff, damaged tapes. I think you can get that still.
You've got mower
of the Ogden Edsl. Yeah, that's
lawnmower.
And those are the greatest hits of the Ogden Edsl, which I think we sent you.
Yes, you did.
Yes. So I think that covers where you can get them. But
I hope to be adding some of this new unearthed material.
Yes, that's what our plans are. We can't really talk about that yet.
Of course.
We can't talk about it?
No, we can't really. Because these are things that we haven't figured out if it's going to actually happen. So I hate to brag about it. And this is going to come out and it never does.
I said no such thing.
I did. Stop.
I just said I'd like that.
We really like it, and there's a good chance it will happen.
Yeah.
To hell with it. And there's a lot of back
I'll
stuff.
go back to sleep.
There's some songs we never released, and there's some of them that are pretty good.
Well, I'd love to see that. I will tell you, Firesign and Duck's Breath both have band camps, and I think they're doing pretty well. I know the guy who runs them both. So if you need guidance about that too, I'd be happy to connect you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
That's good.
Excellent.
And
Jason, this is a good.
What else? What else I was going to tell you about? Oh well. Yeah. I am DG. I am you can get more information on the Ogden Edsl history on my Bill Frenzer thing on
IMDb.
IMDb.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be on the new one for older performers. It's for retired performers called I Am Debris. That's a good one. That's where you can really find
some
the
good
great
stuff
and the near great.
Some of it's still moving.
Some portions of it are still working. So anyway,
I honestly really appreciate the both of you speaking to me today.
Oh, thanks. I know, so much fun. And yeah, it's great.
It is great. I felt like it was really funny.
No, it was funny.
It feels good.
It's so hard to make him feel good. I just thank you for doing that, Jason.
No, I'm serious.
I know.
I'm sorry it took me like 6 years to actually get my shit straight to finally get you on the show, though.
Well, thank you. I mean, we've been hiding for a long time. We have many debts to pay, and they're looking for it.
I get it. I understand. Okay. But now it's clear. It's safe to come out into the sun. You're good now?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
And then there's a virus. Damn it.
Yeah, right. Son of a bitch. Can you imagine if you were in witness protection for 30 years and then all of a sudden the mobster who you sent up dies, and then the second that happens, then it's a pandemic. Son of a fuck.
God. Right. Wow. That's really scary.
It is really scary. It's very sad.
Well. Could happen.
I think it's going to come to an end, though.
It better.
Well,
it better.
Everything
Damn it.
will. Actually, the sun is going to burn out.
That's true. That's true. This has been a really non-depressing, fun episode of.
It is.
Well, we could get into the depressing stuff, but you don't want to hear about all that.
Listen, that's at the bottom of all comedy. I just really kind of think so.
No, you're not wrong.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that at all.
Good.
If you don't
got your success to show. No,
if you don't have joy. If you don't have joy in your life, then
no, there has to be a joyful element. You have to bring joy to people.
Sure.
But I think you do it through
misery,
being honest.
Joy and misery.
Bad.
What do we call that? When I was wandering around out in the snow, screaming something about joyful anger. That was it. Joyful anger. Yes,
joyful rage.
Joyful rage.
Okay, whatever. All right. Yeah. Well, don't go away forever, and we'll try and look for your.
Yeah, we hope to meet you sometime. Are you in Minneapolis?
No, I am in. I was in LA for 18 years and just moved to Detroit about 3 months ago.
Where did you live in LA?
Burbank.
Oh, you were right up the street. Then.
I was right up the street. At some point, you and I were going to do that in person, and I dropped the ball. That's what happened.
Well, okay, that's cool. Well, we'll
drop Motor City. Drop the ball.
Yeah. We'll drop many more balls before it's over, but
mine are dropping again. It's kind of exciting.
Kind of like dribbling. You're dribbling.
I guess we should go, Jason.
Goodbye. We better stop now.
Well, I will say thank you guys for listening. First of all, thank you for being here.
Oh, great.
And
great fun.
Thank you all for listening. And as always, have a good thing. Comedy on Vinyl is a production of StolenDress Entertainment. It is produced by Mike Warden and is hosted and edited by Jason Klom. Our theme song was composed and performed by Richard Levinson. You can email us at podcast@comedyonvinyl.com. You can also send snail mail to P.O. Box 725165, Berkeley, Michigan 48072. Subscribe to Comedy on Vinyl on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you can find podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating and write us a review. It helps. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Comedy on Vinyl, or find everything in one place at comedyonvinyl.com. A major portion of Comedy on Vinyl has been underwritten by Stand Up Records. Please visit standuprecords.com for all your comedy needs and tune in to the new Stand Up Records channel available on the Roku, where you can also find select episodes of this podcast. Visit StolenDress.com to listen to our other podcasts, watch videos, and imbibe freely of our multimedia content going back 15 plus years. StolenDress Entertainment.
Hey, it's my turn.